Hello, welcome to the Perfect People Podcast.
Join Orlando, Ferranda, Quan, and Didi
for a dive into culture, entrepreneurship, corporate America, and of course, our daily lives.
You get the scoop, the tea, and so much more.
Imperfect people, but perfectly put together.
The Perfect People Podcast.
The Perfect People Podcast, coming to you each and every Thursday starting January 14th, 2021 on all podcast platforms.
Welcome back to Relationship Status. It's your girl, Neat Cruz.
CL Butler.
And your boy, Yusuf in the building. And remember, you could catch us on all podcast platforms right under Relationship Status Podcast. Hey, people, I ain't seen y'all since last year.
You haven't? I haven't seen you since last year either.
Yeah, I know. That's amazing, though.
Yeah.
Seems like yesterday.
Seems like yesterday.
Isn't that a song? Seems like yesterday.
Might be a chorus in some songs.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far.
I don't think that's the song, but that's
No.
the Beatles, right?
Yesterday, that one right there. It's
That's the
Beatles, and then
Beatles?
Boys to Men redid it.
The Beatles.
Yeah, the Beatles. No, Boys to Men redid it.
I have to look it up.
Yeah.
I don't know it.
I'll go with the originals over here.
You always go with the original?
Yeah. Boys to Men don't have any business remaking a Beatles song. They have too many good songs of their own.
Okay. Neek,
Yes.
new year, new you, new everything.
Yeah.
What is your New Year's resolution?
My New Year's challenge
Okay, challenge. They say challenge. Okay.
is to lose 40 pounds.
40 pounds. So
40 pounds.
For the year?
Yeah.
Or you trying to do it in 1 month?
No, for the
No,
year.
that's unhealthy. See,
That's very unhealthy. I
For
just
the
want to hear a plan, you know?
you got to do that.
Yeah.
That's a crack diet.
Okay.
No, for the year.
Okay.
I plan on losing about 3 pounds, 4 pounds, or even 5 pounds a month.
A month. Okay.
Okay.
I think that's helped.
How do we plan to achieve that?
I bought all this workout stuff.
Oh Lord, you did not. Did you get a gym membership as well?
I did. I didn't want to be one of those people. But my mom has a gym in her house. So like she has a treadmill. I bought some weights and some like little leg bands. I have a yoga mat. And I'm gonna also take up yoga. Yoga.
Hey, you know you should holla at Professor T. She be on that workout.
She does.
Or Amy.
She does.
Yeah.
She does. I asked her to walk with me.
Who?
Professor T.
Oh no,
What's
you
she
got to do more than walk. Like it's got to be. You got to go
Look,
for the
baby
whole
steps.
nine.
Baby
You gotta go
steps.
for the whole nine.
My ankles can't handle it.
you got baby ankles.
Yeah, my ankles can't handle it. You got to work up to that.
Got it.
So I be seeing what she be doing. She, doing the push-ups with one arm. I can't handle that. I can't handle that. But we do have a new black-owned yoga
Studio.
studio. So I'm gonna try that out.
Okay, that's what's up. How'd you bring in the new year?
I brought in the new year in bed
In bed?
on my way to sleep.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I thought
Yeah.
she was going someplace else with that.
No. Did y'all yell out Jumanji?
Why was I yelling out Jumanji?
Jumanji.
Yeah.
Hold on, am I yelling out
That's your
Jumanji?
cousin?
Oh my God. No, y'all never watched Jumanji after the game ends? You yell out Jumanji so you can go back to normal?
What game ended? So
2020 was a game.
2020 was Jumanji. The year of
Yeah.
Jumanji? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
Jumanji.
I did not
Wow.
know that. That's
Yeah.
that's that social media meme stuff.
But I do want to say this.
Mm-hmm.
My credit score went up. I am now in the 700 club.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Yeah. So I'm very excited about that. All the things I'm going to do.
All the things you're gonna do, chill out.
Wow.
As my brother CL says, relax.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've really been working on it though. Disputing, trying to. Yeah, it's been a journey.
Good.
Okay.
It's good to hear. It's good to hear.
Brother C.
Yes, sir.
Welcome into 2021.
Thank you.
Any challenge you're gonna take on in 2021?
No.
No. Okay, just continue living the best you.
Just day by day. Getting better.
Day by day.
That's it.
Okay.
No pressure.
How'd you bring in the new year?
I was watching TV.
Watching TV? Did you watch the ball drop?
Raining. No, the ball. Did the ball drop this year?
Yeah, it dropped.
I was watching.
Wasn't really nobody there, but it
No,
dropped.
it was real empty.
Okay, yeah, I didn't watch it.
Oh,
I was
okay.
watching some show.
Some show.
Some show. I don't remember what I was watching.
Did you even know it turned 12?
I did shortly after.
Okay.
Shortly after. Yeah.
He's like, oh man, it's
That's
after
12. I was informed. That was
Happy
12.
New Year
Happy
by
New Year.
text.
Yeah. Yeah, some by text, some in person, but yeah.
Okay, got a question for you.
Yeah.
Did you? Well, you were asleep.
Yeah.
So that question don't apply to y'all. That doesn't apply.
I was asleep not when the New Year came in.
Okay, so did you kiss somebody at New Year's?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I don't ever do that.
Not kiss nobody at New Year's, no.
Oh, you
kiss it's New
But you know
Year's.
that is a goal in life. That's on my
To have
bucket
somebody
list.
to kiss on the
Yeah, I want to be in New York City, Times Square, and kiss somebody.
the locals don't go there. If you see locals in Times Square, you're probably about to get pickpocketed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my mom went when she was pregnant with me years ago. She went. Her and my father.
Yeah, so that's cool. Me, my birthday was pretty good. Got a massage from a massage parlor.
Okay, how did that
A
come?
massage parlor or you went to a spa?
No, well,
A massage
I went to
parlor
a-
sounds a little seedy.
it does. Okay, well, where I went to was a chiropractor, and they have one of the things they have is a masseuse there. So, now this lady had extremely large hands, extremely large and strong, and she was about 7 foot tall.
Whoa.
Nah, she's probably about 6'5",
Okay.
6'4", and
Sounds like your type?
no, not at all.
That's
Nowhere
my
near my
type.
type. Nowhere near my type. But I will say, at the end of it, like I had never had. It was supposed to be a Swedish massage. Is that what it is?
Massage?
Yeah, I was sore the next day.
Really?
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good massage then.
Yeah, I didn't
I've
know.
never
I didn't
had
know,
a massage
I've never
before.
had one, and I didn't know it was supposed to be sore.
A good stretching and a good massage will leave you sore.
And that's what she
wow.
said. She said I needed to stretch from what she pointed out knots in my back, and I was like, oh gosh. She said I would work this out, but you were a rookie, and you wouldn't be able to
Yeah, you
handle
really
the
like
feeling.
you almost get a good stretching or a good massage. You need to go sit down.
Yeah, you're
relax.
supposed to not do anything. She told me, she said, what you about to do? I said, well, I got to go work at my fireworks stand. She was like, you really should just go home. She was like, but if you have to work, that's, yeah. But
Okay.
did that. Then I was able to spend some time with my son. That was great enough for me. That was probably one of the best birthday gifts I was able to get. New Year's was at my fireworks stand, and then made it home. Was able to send out some New Year's texts after the fireworks stand, and that was about it for me. That's how I brought in my New Year's, slanging these works,
Well, all right. Swinging.
Okay.
slanging these fireworks. And
You got any challenges that you want to face this year?
no, not. I don't think. I think I'm kind of like CL. I've been towards the end of the year. Started well, not like CL, but I've been trending upward towards the end of the year. I've been trending upward.
Good.
So I'm just gonna continue the changes and stuff that I've put into place.
That's good to hear.
Which is the health and eating and all of that.
How is that coming along?
The holidays hit. So, funny story. Yesterday, I go to get my a rapid COVID test because I've been in front of people and I was about to have my kids. And so I go into the place. Lady says, well, what's your weight? And I said, I'm supposed to be 232, but let me go check. And so she was like, can you do it yourself? I was like, yeah, I know how to take my own weight. So I went over to the scale and did my weight. I'd gained 3 pounds since the last time I was weighed.
Oh, okay.
And I take into account just being outside, working all day, not really being conscious about how I eat, just kind of eating on the go.
Aren't you
eating on the go.
supposed to subtract your clothes? Like 5 pounds?
4.
Clothes?
Clothes is 4 pounds?
I guess. Depends on. He could have had on a hat. I don't know. A jacket. Yeah.
Some thick socks.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's some.
Yeah, so I mean, I just know it was that it's a gain of 3, so I need to scale it back. I need to kind of make sure I get refocused after the holiday and all that ripping and running throughout, just in and out, up and down the road. So
Well, that's common. 3 pounds is not that bad.
no, it's not that bad.
Yeah,
but
you can work that off.
But for me, it's just I gotta get it back down. So that's the only letdown I've had is just the gain of 3. But other than that, you know, it kind of it was good. New Year was good, and I want to continue to forward with my weight losses and continue to, I think, just try to strive in this I guess this economy where people are like lost. I just continue to move forward. Anybody stimmy hit?
No, mine didn't. I'm waiting on it though. I'm waiting on it.
I hadn't even got mine the other one. So. What's going on? Yeah.
You didn't even hit the other one yet?
Oh, man, I ain't hit the other one yet. But I've been in contacts with the folks. But
You done talk to the people?
yeah. Everybody else money came and went. I'm still waiting.
Yeah, mine's been here and gone.
Long time ago, people done got theirs.
Yeah, long time.
I really hope. I hope they pass the 2000. I doubt it, but
Oh, that ain't passing. You cancel Christmas on that.
well, it was a good thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're here today with another pretty good topic, I like to believe.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
What are we exploring going into 2021?
We're exploring attachment styles, different attachment styles. All right. Basically, an attachment style was a theory that was coined by Bowlby, a British psychologist. He intended to understand the effects that separation from a parent would have on a baby. Mm-hmm. And so years later, in '87, Shaver and Hazan then applied his thoughts towards relationships and how we relate. And it says that it's emotional bond that develops between an adult romantic partners, and it found that it is partly a function of some motivational system. So basically how, like your parents, your relationship with your parents, it determines the type of attachment style you'll have to
With
a person, with people.
Maybe.
Platonically, familially, or romantically.
Yeah. I think he really dropped the ball on this one.
You think he dropped the ball?
Yeah.
How so?
If you come up with something like this, you're supposed to name it after yourself.
So it should have been the Bowlby.
Yeah. That's the Bowlby theory.
The Bowlby theory.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. It's an attachment theory. I would named it after me.
Right after you.
The Bowlby attachment theory.
No.
No.
That wouldn't be my full name.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
the theory would be attached to my name.
Yeah.
That's what,
Oh wow.
So
Men.
This
That's
guy-
all I can say is men.
this guy thinks he's pretty smart. He's not very smart.
he dropped the ball on that.
Yeah. What about building his brand?
He didn't-
He don't want to build his brand.
Hey, listen, he was he lived in the early 1900s.
Yeah, man. He was not ahead of his time.
He was not ahead of his
No,
time.
he wasn't.
He didn't think it all the way
He
through.
didn't. He did not. And we're gonna believe these people.
We're gonna believe these people.
Yeah.
Well,
Definitely didn't think it through.
well, we're gonna go through this.
Okay.
So the 4 styles. So do we want to go list the 4 and then come back and do each one individually, or do we want to go one by one? How are we gonna do it? Round table.
Let's go ahead and list it.
Well, we can list it in the
Yeah,
notes.
and then
Okay,
Or
Yeah.
we can just go through it.
let's go through it.
Yeah.
All right.
Where do we want to start?
We're gonna start. Let's start with fearful avoidant,
Fearful, avoidant.
which is the combination of both the anxious and avoidant attachment styles. People with fearful avoidant attachment both desperately crave affection and want to avoid it at all costs. They're reluctant to develop those close romantic relationships, yet at the same time, they have a dire need to feel loved by others.
Okay.
yeah. I see that in a lot of people.
Do you?
Yeah.
More women or men?
More women.
More
than men.
women? Mm-hmm. You think so?
I think that's just a confused person.
Do you?
It's a person with a fearful avoidant, like I want you, but I don't want to be with you.
Well, Nick and yourself, I think it's a people thing.
It's a people thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a people
It's
thing.
a people thing.
Shouts out
You
to
know.
K Antoinette.
It's a people thing. Maybe. I don't know.
I see it in more, for me, I'll say that. I see it in more women because, like, to be, like, you want a relationship, you want a healthy relationship, but you might fear being abandoned
Well, I don't know if it's a. I don't.
or being cheated on.
That's a pot.
But why would you fear? Why wouldn't you just choose a person who less likely to cheat on you?
Well, you don't know when you get into it that
Yes,
they're
you do.
going to. You do not know that you're going to be,
Shucks.
or you might be fearful that they're gonna just treat you badly. It doesn't necessarily have to be cheating. It could be,
Okay. I'm gonna try to
Something
I'm
mean.
gonna attempt to relate.
Okay.
Attempt.
Why would you feel because you have this problem.
That you
Yeah.
that you make decisions with your feelings.
Yes, you're making decisions with your feelings, so that's why you feel like somebody's gonna do you wrong or
Yeah.
So is that
Past trauma.
so why would you be fearful? I don't understand why would you be fearful versus venting the person out?
versus using the vetting process? Yeah,
I
I
would
got you.
use some kind of vetting process. Like if you're inconsistent and we've been talking for 2 weeks, well, okay.
Yeah, so at that point,
Women try to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, until they go with you.
until,
Yeah, and it
It's all
usually
down.
does.
then it's
And
all good. Yeah,
then it's
all
like,
down.
but you were. this XYZ person, when I first met you, why are you like this now?
Well, that's who you assume that person to be sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think that within this particular style, it is a person, like I said earlier, it's usually somewhat of a confused person who doesn't really know how to deal with either end of the spectrum. And so they want to have this relationship, but at the same time, they fear, like they're insecure. I would say it's an insecure person type of thing.
Just a little insecurity.
Because if you're fearful about cheating, if you're fearful about being hurt, if you fear this person treating you bad
or using you,
or that's the thing. People being afraid to be used.
Yeah.
I don't want to help him, or I don't want to help her because she could be using me, or he could be using her, or
that goes back to a lot of women. A lot of women are scared to be used by men that are, I'll say, doesn't have as much as them. Like if a guy doesn't have a car, I don't want him to use me for my car.
Well, I think I agree and disagrey.
Okay.
You should be dating a man who don't have a car.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
At this age, I can agree.
That's something. Like if you've been in a coma for 10 years or something, there's had to be a reason why you can't just not have a car.
Or like the type of job he has. Like
no. You still should just not have a car.
Yeah, you shouldn't not. Nowadays, you can go and get a what's the
buy hair, pay hair.
Buy hair, pay hair. Like you can
get
that was my first car.
You can get something. I think.
You can get something to be able to navigate at least to and from work.
Yeah. Now if he just came home from college.
Or
Correctional college.
Penn State.
Oh, Penn State.
Correctional college.
Maybe you give him a little grace period to get himself together.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just feel like in those instances, you got these fears. Mm-hmm. You want something, but you're not gonna let the wall down, so to speak, to be able to enjoy or take that in. So I feel those people are just mostly confused. And according to the theories, it is that it's not only in romantic relationships, it's in how they deal with family and how they deal with their platonic friends.
Yeah, but what do they have so much to be fearful of? Some people just broke. Like you don't have nothing to give nobody. Yeah,
You just say
some people just broke.
You don't have nothing.
And broke not even money. Like it could be emotionally broke.
I mean, just broke. Like like you don't have anything to give. What do you worry about somebody taking?
That's a good point.
That is so good.
Yeah, like I don't like.
You don't have anything
to give. What you worried
give.
about somebody
Why?
taking from you?
Yeah, like
that's gonna be a whole status on Facebook today.
yeah, like I don't get it.
Which is, but I understand that.
Yeah.
You're so fearful you don't obtain anything.
Uh-huh.
But we have to bring in something to give away something. We're not supposed to keep whatever we have.
This is
You can't
true.
take it to the grave.
No,
This
I mean
is true.
you want to handle your money. In a
Of
certain
course,
way.
of course.
But the rest of this stuff,
Yeah. I could get that.
That's how some men are scared to pay for the first date because they're scared that women are just going out with them for a free meal.
well, sometimes you get people free meals.
That's how I look at it
all the
too.
time. Like sometimes you just.
But Nick, you've said in the past,
if it
I'm
only
going for
cost
this
me-
meal. I'm not going
No,
for
I've never said that in this past. I've never said that. I've never gone on no dates for a free meal because I literally take money with me to make sure that I can pay for my own meal just in case.
Yeah, I will search the archives.
Yeah,
Please do. Please,
Okay.
I really want you to. This is the first time I ever really wanted you to search for that.
Okay. But even if you,
Yeah.
if it cost me $50 or $75 to find out,
Whether this is something I want to pursue.
that's cool. That's all right. I can live with that. You just can't do that every night.
No.
Yeah.
Not with somebody new every night. Or,
No.
Or
But
with
a
the
lot of
same
men-
person.
A lot of men are fearful. Like, I don't want her to use me for my money or get a free meal out of me.
See, but okay, so here's my question to the person that has a fearful avoidant attachment. Mm-hmm. Why even try to get attached? Like, just be by yourself.
Nah, they crave that
Because
love, that
what you-
attention.
all they end up doing is wasting someone's time.
If you're fearful, I don't think you should even try to take a step.
That's my point. It's like you shouldn't even be out there.
You really should.
Until you can get to a level where you're not fearful or where you're brave enough to step out despite your fears, to open up to allow yourself to be vulnerable to a certain extent, despite your fears. So I mean, I just think it's a very confusing person that's going to end up confusing somebody else,
A very emotional, unavailable person.
and an emotionally unavailable person, which ain't going to do nothing but piss somebody off because you done wasted my time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fear of commitment.
Fear of everything. That man
Yeah.
just scared. Or that woman just comes in, she's just scared of everything.
But back to when you were saying people apply it to their friendships as well. Like a lot of women are scared to be friends with other women.
That is a thing.
Yeah, they're scared to be friends with other women based off of other people's experiences of, or of things they hear. Like I work in a call center, and I always hear like, oh, I hate working around a whole bunch of women. It's very catty. I just go to work and go home. Like, no, some of my best friendships came from the women at work.
Came from work.
Yeah. I love the women I work with.
Okay.
They're a little catty sometimes, but
where does the fearfulness start? Does it start in the home? Or does it start?
Well, they say according to Hazan and Shaver, basically these attachments and your personality, it comes from your relationship or your attachment to your parents or the attachment style of your parents. Whether it's mother, father, whoever was the influential grandma, whoever raised you, whatever that attachment style is, that'll what pretty much will be what you will take in, so to speak. But I the only thing I had, and I couldn't find it when I was reading up on it, is do you have an attachment style that you may have been brought up in, right? Does your experiences along the way change your attachment style?
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. Because going back to the whole friend thing, my mom doesn't have friends, and she's always put in, like, raised me to, I am your only friend. You don't have friends.
Well, see, according to some research I read, 76.3% of people raised that way, who are not allowed to be watched by their other family members and stuff.
Yeah.
They have that.
Me too. I wasn't.
You have it?
Yeah, I
So
wasn't.
you're in the 76.3? Yeah, you're in the 76.3.
Nobody could watch
That's why
me.
you should let other people keep your children. So your kids appreciate you.
Oh, okay.
Be like, oh, send you to your uncle house. You know what you're gonna do. You're gonna be working in the yard. You know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you when they get of age.
Yeah, you're gonna go to your grandma's house. You know you're not gonna eat all day.
I know the threat I'm gonna give when they get when these two get of age. The threat I'm gonna give. Well, I'm gonna send you to work with CL.
Okay. Yeah. There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
send you to work with CL.
Yeah, we'll see what you don't eat all day. No snacks.
Yeah.
No snacks.
There's no snacks.
No
snacks.
little gummies. No little celery.
no,
No carrots.
Nah.
Nothing. Just you out here.
Gotta be a full-time employee to get snacks.
Not a part time.
Yeah.
All right, so we move on to the next one. The next attachment style is anxious, preoccupied. Anxiously attached people tend to be very insecure about their relationships, often worrying that their partner will leave them, and thus are always hungry for validation. Anxious attachment is associated with neediness or clingy behavior, such as getting very anxious when your partner doesn't text back fast enough and constantly feeling like your partner doesn't care enough about you.
Okay, K Michelle's gonna get me for the. I'm not K Michelle. K Internet is gonna get me for the. She's gonna get me for that too.
She's gonna get you for K Michelle first.
Yeah.
She's gonna get me for that.
You and your celebrity friends.
I really feel like that. Like when reading up on that so much, I really feel like that is a woman thing.
You think so?
Yeah, strongly. Like I said, working with a lot of women, I've seen women, oh my God, leave work early
To do what?
to try to find where their boyfriends are because he didn't text back during her lunch break on a normal scheduled time when he's, yes.
Okay, let me ask you a question now. There's a difference when you're dating a cheater and you actually have a condition or a part of a theory.
But sometimes you're just insecure.
Well, I think we all have some sort of insecurity about something. The key is don't let your insecurity outweigh your thought process.
Okay.
All right.
Don't let the insecurity control you. Control the insecurity, because everybody has some form of insecurity. It's just, are you on a full tank of insecurity or a quarter of a tank? Okay, but first of all, you got to have some insight into who you are.
Yeah.
So find out who you are as a person. Look in the mirror and say, this is the problem. And don't let that problem control you. It's not, I don't think it's rocket science.
But do you think people do less of that process.
Oh, we do way less of that. It's always somebody else. It's easy to blame somebody else. Yeah.
I had a conversation with my mom who had a conversation with someone, and the person she was talking to was blaming everything else for her daughter. Her daughter like will spaz out from time to time if certain things are said, but it's about her father.
But in defense of her father?
Not in defense of her father, but it's like she'll like fall out and just go crazy because her father's name has been mentioned.
Oh, okay.
She'll fall out.
They
How
said
old is she?
the mom says it's some kind of I don't know how old the daughter is. The daughter might be 12 or 13. I don't know. But there's some kind of long story short, she has some kind of mental condition or whatever.
But it's triggered by her daddy's name?
But it's triggered by the dad's name or seeing him or talking to him or whatever. So the mom, and my mom was trying to get her to understand, like, you know, like you've played a part in some of this. Like this ain't just something he did, you know, like, so she said, I'm homeless because I had to go to a homeless shelter because my dad put us out, and I can't afford nothing because her dad won't pay all of the child support. And she was listing every other problem
But her own.
but the fact that, well, why did your dad put you out of his house that made you have to go stay at a homeless shelter?
And why don't you have a job?
And why didn't you have a job to sustain whatever it is? And she basically didn't do the work of internally looking and saying, hey, look, you know, like
The daughter, right?
the mom,
The mother.
the mother. So it's a friend of my mom, and so my mom was trying to help her understand it. Like, look, you got to look at yourself. Like, yeah, what decisions have you made? What are you doing? What are you portraying? What is this thing that's affecting your daughter to this point that the mere mention of her dad causes her to do this? Yeah. You know, so it's just a blaming of, like you said, people. A good bit of time, some people, a good bit of the time don't look inwardly.
Well, and a lot of time we're dealing with where we had the problem at. So she might have had a problem at 10, but she's still kind of handling it like a 10-year-old, but she may be 27.
No, 41.
Okay, just 41, 27. Okay.
But
Yeah,
I guess
she's still going back to that child and making a decision in the same frame mind as that child.
Handling
I
it
can see
like
that.
that child.
Yeah.
All right, so then, but what is the thing about? Because I don't get this. Because I've dealt with people before. I've dated people before who are to a certain degree like this, where if you don't call them back within a certain period of time, or you don't text them back within a certain period of time, like they're on you like the police. Where do we think that comes from?
That could come. No, it's twofold.
Okay.
They could have some trauma they suffer from, and it could be you. It could be you.
It could be you, but then it can also be what's it called? PTSD
From some kind of
from previous
trauma.
relationships.
So I caused PTSD. No, from the previous relationship.
But previous, so it had nothing to do with you.
Well, I mean, it could be a combination.
Okay.
Trauma, your own insecurities,
Yeah. Or what they're doing.
and what they're doing, and certain things make you feel more comfortable.
Okay. Yeah,
Like-
I get that.
Like I'm more uncomfortable if there's a problem, and we're gonna sit here silent. Why?
Yeah. We
don't
got to
get
talk
that.
about it.
You're not gonna just be holding me hostage. Like,
I'll leave.
I'll do something.
We know you'll leave.
I'll leave the house. I ain't talking about leaving the relationship.
No, you'll leave the house.
Well, I don't think that helps. But I'm willing to talk about it. But we're not just gonna sit here and pretend there's not a problem. Maybe we talk about something else to build back up to the problem. But we can't just sit here like there's no problem. So
the silence.
maybe she wants to lean on a man,
Okay.
or the person she's dating, to help her with this problem, but yet you're intensifying the problem. But you shouldn't run around scared if you can't call. What you need to be is consistent.
And you think the lack of consistency is what sometimes causes, well, just in the calling
Well,
and texting.
what really causes it is when you with her and you have your phone 24/7. And then when she calls you, you don't have your phone now. She's like, you holding your
holding
phone
your
like
phone.
a pistol every time I see you. But as soon as I call, you don't have your phone.
You don't answer.
Yeah.
You're busy all of a sudden.
Yeah, you're busy. That's the real problem. So what I would say is keep your phone away from you.
Yeah.
When you with her, miss some calls.
Don't
You
even acknowledge.
put it on Do Not Disturb.
No, you can't put it on. Do not disturb.
No. You gotta let your phone ring.
You gotta let your phone ring.
But sometimes you have to not answer your phone too. But you have to be consistent in your behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I get
maybe
that.
you can help that person if they do have this problem, because it's not solely on them. But they need to control it. And if I'm not a cheater, don't treat me like a cheater. And I'm not gonna be in defense like I'm a cheater. Mm-hmm. If I didn't do nothing, I really didn't do. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not doing nothing. Like, that's cool. If you think I'm cheating,
so be it.
Yeah,
That
I'm not
sounds
gonna
like a
defend
personal
that.
problem.
It is a personal problem, and I'm not gonna let your fear or anxiety transfer over into me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That okay.
Yeah.
No,
That makes sense.
just because you saying I'm guilty does not make me guilty.
I also feel like it is a part of, like you said, part of the definition said validation. I think sometimes we look at other people's relationships and feel like that's how our relationship's supposed to be. Like if you are on social media and you see a guy sending his girl flowers every day or something like that, you may turn around and say, why you don't send me flowers?
Well, the first person you should ask that question to is yourself. Go look in the mirror and say, why isn't he sending me flowers? Am I flower worthy?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what you need to do first.
But that's the inward look, though, that we
That's
just
what I
talked
said.
about.
Before you ask anyone else a question, go ask yourself first.
Are you worthy of some flowers?
Did I do anything to deserve some flowers? Did I make this man's day easier, life easier? It's because first of all, you need to figure out if it's you or is it him. Because you might need to hint that I like flowers. You don't need to be like, oh, Karen got flowers at work today. Just.
Well, I mean, if
it'd
you're
be
not,
nice if you sent me some flowers sometime and
but if
leave
you-
it.
But if you've never, I'm not going to say never received flowers, but flowers just ain't your thing. But all of a sudden, because Karen received it and you see like, oh, well, you know, he's always calling, always taking her to lunch. Like, I believe we look at sometimes and say but I believe people look at other relationships and try to mimic them and base them on like relationship goals. Like, that's a goal I want to get to. I want him to be all up my tail every 5 minutes.
What should
That's going to show me that he cares about me.
There's nothing wrong with that. Put in the work for somebody to be up your tail every 5 minutes.
That's the question I was going to have. I was going to say, what are you doing on your end? What is the person doing on their end to deserve whatever it is they're trying to get?
Yeah, wash your tail first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So somebody can be up in there. If you don't wash it, it ain't clean. Like,
Well,
Ain't nobody. Hey,
You might not have that type of individual also.
oh, no. You can have any type of individual you want, because your lady might not be a freak, but she can be a freak for you.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't say in the freaky form.
Well,
I
I'm
was
just saying,
saying,
whatever it is, she may have not even been at that level, but she'll do that for you, and that's what you should be striving towards.
Is
You don't want a freak in general. that's
a
too
random
much.
freak.
Yeah, she been freaking with everybody. Like, you don't want that. But if that's the person you want, you can help cultivate
that type of relationship.
That type of relationship.
Yeah.
So if you want a man that's going to call you back in a timely manner, do your part first, and then the responsibility lies on him.
but is that healthy? Like, to want someone to
teach
call you every 5 minutes just to suit your insecurity?
It's not healthy, but that man has to let you know where his boundary is.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's
Like, I'm not going to call you for 5 minutes. I'll call you a couple times during the day. That's what I can do. That's what I'll do. And as a man, you need to stick to that.
But do you think some of it, and it came from consistency, do you think some of it comes from the drop off? Because, you'll start out talking a lot every day.
Us guys is something else in the beginning, boy. What? Well, we tough. We tough in the beginning.
That comes strong.
Oh man, we
Come real
we
strong.
are somebody else in the beginning.
And then all of a sudden, why you don't
cliff?
call me no more? I be busy.
Yeah.
The cliff?
That first step is a doozy. Like, whoa, what? Why
I had a
did you
guy
stop?
tell me, you ain't got nothing else to do today?
Whoa.
I was like, wait a minute. wait a damn minute.
Wow,
We talk usually every day.
every day. And now
And now all of a sudden, like, one guy, he used to wake me up every single morning.
wow.
And I would ask him, like, hey, can you wake me up? And he would have no problem. Like, yeah, sure. And then all of a sudden, one day he was like, you don't got an alarm clock?
Oh, that's the cliff.
Oh wow.
You done made it to the cliff.
Yeah.
You done made it to
Wow. Yeah.
Like, oh well, yeah. I guess I'll use it. You know.
Yeah. That's a hard. That's a hard turn.
I kind of like talking to you in the morning. You know, first thing I hear in the morning. You know, it's kind of sweet, kind of cute.
But once you see those changes, I don't think you wait, because women do a lot of wait and see what he gonna do. Maybe you should just address it then. Like,
at that moment.
I do.
Like what? No, but not upset.
No.
What is this? Explain this to me. What do you mean? I need to find something to do.
Like I'll ask, like, is it too much?
No. See, you did it the wrong way.
Oh, I did.
No, yeah, you did it the wrong way.
Oh,
I said, is it too much?
Well, no. Am I being too much? Like, am I asking too many times?
It's already what he's been doing.
Yeah. So you're not asking that. What I think the point what CL's trying to get to is just have the conversation about this is where we were, and this is where we are. Is there a way to get back to where we were, or what is going on?
No, it ain't no get back. You stopped. Why did you stop?
And I did ask that question. He was like, "Oh, I'm just busy, and I'm not able to call you at the same time every morning."
Nah, that man done smash. That's all that is. That's what that sounds like. That sound like the old reverse play.
No, at that point, he done got in a relationship with me. So
Okay.
He feel like he done.
Oh yeah, but it's more. You're more than within your right to say
to say something. This is
not cool.
But I do agree with you, see, where it's like a lot of women wait and see. Well, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna wait and see what he does. I want to see if he does this. Watching the show, I was watching the show, and this woman rode up on the guy and was like, and said something outlandish to see if he would fight for her love. To see if he would fight to stay with her.
That's a terrible game.
Yeah.
That's a terrible play. Like,
that's a terrible play.
Like, you don't even, because you lied to him, going totally opposite to what you wanted to see if he would. So now we playing the wait and see.
Tell you what,
and you know what he did, CL?
You gonna wait and see what I'm gonna do? I'm about to mess up even more.
That's exactly what he did.
That's a dangerous game to play. Well, when you try to set someone up just to see how they will react, because that can go really bad, and then sometimes it can go really good.
No, I'm gonna disappoint you.
No, don't wait and see. Like, let me know. Let me know.
Like, if you break up with a guy, like, oh, I'm gonna see if he tries to run back or what. And he don't come back? Especially men today. They ain't going for that.
So do you think that young lady suffered from that?
Did she suffer?
Yeah.
I think she played herself.
She did play herself.
She played herself.
Big time.
Because she ended up with neither of the two men that she was trying to court or that she wanted to court her. She played she just played a messed up game, and I think she lost.
Well, I mean, this is public information. Why are we talking like this is our private friend?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, well, it's on the show Ready to Love.
Okay.
It's from the show Ready to Love.
Miss Denise.
Miss Denise.
Yes.
And
so you know.
I don't know her, but
I'm saying you know what he's talking about.
Yeah,
oh, yeah, I watched the show.
She told this guy, a love interest, Calfani, she told him, I'm breaking up with you.
Yep.
On a show in which, like, you're in a house.
They was not going together.
They were not going together.
At all.
And so what she told him that, and then she said, I'm actually in love with Anthony, and Anthony has touched my soul and all of this and that. And so she ends up, then you know how they cut to like the confession room.
Yeah.
And she's like, see, I want to see if he's going to fight for me. And he's not going to fight for me.
No.
But then Calfani goes and talks to Anthony and told Anthony what she said.
Yeah, and he's like,
she broke up with you.
Yeah.
But she just played a game that I think sometimes women and some men do. Like, I'm gonna say this
to see what happens.
Yeah,
but
how they're going to react.
She was doing so well when she was just being honest.
When she was just being honest,
she was doing. She was in the game. She really just put herself
out the game,
completely. Like with that move.
Yeah, because then she went to Anthony and said, "You've always been my number one."
And he was like,
he was looking at her like,
"No,
don't
I talked to the other guy already.
I talked to him already, and he's like, and so you're no longer a love interest of mine. And Calfani thinks the same thing, and she said, "Well, I'd rather hear from Calfani." And here comes Calfani.
He came and told her.
He came and told her.
Yes.
And she was like, None of these men can handle me. I
that's
just
the
want
highly independent one
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you bad now.
Oh, you bad now.
with the short haircut.
Yeah,
The
walking
track
off.
coach.
Yes.
Walking off into the sunset by yourself. And,
Wow.
with no love
Well,
interest.
other than that move, she kind of played it.
She had played it well, I thought,
Played it
the entire
okay.
time.
Yeah.
Except for the little jealousy rage she had.
Yeah, but that's you want to see that sometimes. You wanna see a woman I'll go crazy.
A little bit crazy.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to these attachments.
Okay.
Next one is dismissive avoidant. It is a form of insecure attachment style marked by the fear of intimacy. People with avoidant attachment style tend to have trouble getting close to others or trusting others in relationships. They typically maintain some distance from their partners or are largely emotionally unavailable in their relationships, preferring to be independent and rely on themselves. Mm-hmm. So that word in there, independency.
That is. Now, is this the same as petty or no? That's all this really is petty.
This is just petty?
Yes.
How so?
Petty. First of all, just being dismissive is petty. And when I thought about it, I thought about maybe a woman breaks up with a guy.
Yeah.
And a guy doesn't even
care. He doesn't even care.
Yeah. Like she never existed.
Moves on with life.
But he don't necessarily move on to another woman.
He just
acts like it never happened.
Refuses to even acknowledge her existence.
Goes out of his way sometimes to not acknowledge her.
Acknowledge at all. No call, no text, no nothing.
As much as it may hurt him.
His pride won't let him do it.
Now, I don't see anything wrong with it, personally. Especially if you broke up with me unjustly.
Well, okay.
Unjustly, I'm like, okay, well, you don't appreciate me, so there's, if you can't acknowledge my presence, you won't miss my absence.
Then what really are we?
Cool.
Yeah.
And is that dismissive?
That's dismissive.
Okay.
If you just letting it go. I'm just
like,
so that's dismissive avoidance.
Mm-hmm.
Is that an oxymoron? Avoidance? No.
No, that's the same. It's the same. It's not oxymoron.
Okay.
So I've dealt with somebody in that sense as well.
Okay.
Who was dismissive avoidant.
You've dealt with somebody
you
like
dated
yourself?
the whole kaleidoscope.
Whoa! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Neek. Wait a minute! We will not do that. This is 2021.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
2021.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right now. So when dealing with said person, it was extremely hard to be present in the relationship.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you why.
Why?
I have a tough time being with people who can't trust me. I can't be with somebody who doesn't trust me. It just insecure person, stuff
Can
like
anybody though?
There are people who can, because that's why the people who don't trust people end up with people. They still end up with people. So somebody's dating them and somebody's staying with them. I got a homeboy who his wife has never trusted him.
Never trusted
him.
Wife?
The wife has never trusted him. And I'm talking about from day one to now. Now.
And she married him?
And they got married.
Oh, wow.
And they've been married.
For how long? A long time, I bet.
About 10, 11 years now.
Yeah.
They've been married. Now, she has the right to not trust him. But I couldn't marry into that because she got him by cheating with him.
Oh.
He cheated on his girl with her, and then they ended up together. So
that's the oxymoron.
That's the oxymoron. So now she married the cheater, and she doesn't trust the cheater. But for me, I just can't be with a person who's just not secure enough in themselves to trust me that I wouldn't cross any lines or do anything wrong. And so when I was dealing with a person, it was just extremely hard.
Does anybody trust anybody?
I think you should.
I trust you as far as I can throw you. Like I wouldn't put all my extreme. I would expect for you to do the right thing.
Yeah,
but I don't trust that you would never.
Well, I wouldn't say I would trust that someone would never, but like I said, I would agree with that. I would agree with that terminology more so. Expect that they wouldn't.
Yeah,
but
I would expect that you wouldn't, but I wouldn't. I'd be disappointed. But I wouldn't be like, there's no way she could cheat.
Nah, you're right. You're right.
I wouldn't say there's no way, but
that's what I'm saying. That's why I wouldn't. I
don't put all my hopes into one person. Like, I can
hope you do right, but you're human.
Yeah.
You're just a human being. We make mistakes and we have choices to make mistakes.
Yeah.
But if you did, I wouldn't lose my mind. Wouldn't
Because-
go like killer.
Yeah.
Like,
But they got people who do that.
Yeah, I was about to say I can't say that.
There's plenty of people who do that. I'm saying me, but no.
Not
I wouldn't say I wouldn't even be hurt.
That you was cheated on?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I wouldn't be hurt or bothered. First, I'd be like, how could she? Like, so obviously, she's going crazy. That's the person. Like, she's really losing her mind.
She's lost her mind.
She has to be losing her mind. Best thing she ever had. What you
And
talking about?
we need to call the white coats.
Yes. Y'all need to get her help.
Well, independent women, do they fit in that? Do you think independent women are dismissive, avoidant?
Well,
Or the women that claim to be independent women and stand on that?
some are just using the term, but most aren't independent. They don't even want to be independent.
Yeah, I gotta agree with him. Most don't want to be independent. They feel like they have to be. But I can agree with you. I do feel like this would be independent women will fit into this perfect.
I don't need no man.
I got this.
I got this.
Oh, so these are the women who don't need a man.
Yeah.
That's the independent. That's what I'm saying. The ones that they scream that independent. INDEPE.
Oh, wow.
You know, they go hard in the paint for independence.
The women with sons.
The women with sons that give themselves Father's Day shout outs. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're hard to
queens?
date.
Those queens, yes.
They're hard to date. Like, no, you can't talk to my son any kind of way.
Oh, okay. I'm lost now. Okay.
You lost? Okay. I'm gonna ask this. Have you ever dated a woman that has a son that, like, he maybe a little bit, behavior wise, maybe a little off, and you're like, hey, don't do it, and don't talk to my son like that?
Nah, I haven't, but I have heard of like friends dealing with a woman or two like that.
Really?
That where where it wasn't only with their sons, it was with their kids. They just wouldn't allow for one of my friends. He couldn't discipline, and they ended up breaking up over it. He ended up stopped talking. Well, I wouldn't say breaking up because they never got to a relationship, but she introduced him to the kids, I think a little early, and then I think one of the boys, the little girl was like always getting into something, and I think he might have told her the mom had told her to stop like 2 or 3 times, and he kind of stepped in and was like, hey, and he said he didn't say it any kind of forceful way or whatever. He said, hey, chill out or whatever. And the girl went off on him. Like, don't.
She got a father. Don't talk to her like that.
That's one.
Those strict boundaries.
That's one of the things he said. He said she's got a daddy. She don't need no other daddy.
Strict
Like
boundary. Do not talk to my child any kind of way. She has 2 parents, or he or she has 2 parents.
Yeah.
Well, that's
You're not needed in that area.
that's his fault
Why you feel like that?
because he hasn't established who he is in this relationship.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
You don't-
I give you that.
I get.
First of all, I don't know who you think you're talking to. You must be talking to her daddy.
Because it didn't work out apparently.
That's why he not with you now. He needs to establish some other guidelines here. And that woman sounds a little disrespectful already.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, definitely.
And I think that they just, that type of person just kind of automatically goes for the jugular. Every chance they get, they want to retaliate with an attitude, and it may not even been directed at him. She might be mad at the fact that she can't get her daughter to do right, and the daddy can't get it to do right. And here you go trying to help.
Like checking her parenting.
Yeah, checking her parenting. Yeah, I'm a good parent.
I do this by myself. I don't need you.
Yeah, I think you politely
Remove yourself.
take your ball and go home.
Take your ball and go home.
Yes.
All right, our last one.
Okay.
Secure. The last attachment style is secure. A securely attached person can trust others and be trusted, love and accept love, and get close to others with relative ease. They're not afraid of intimacy, nor do they feel panicked when their partners need time or space away from them. They're able to depend on others without becoming totally dependent.
Okay.
Seems like a person I would like to date.
Seems like, is this the person we all should strive to be?
Yeah, definitely.
Should we?
This should be a goal.
Yeah, this should be everybody. I think that type of person should be a person that everybody should strive. Yeah, like you said, Seal and Neek, should be a strive to be, or a goal of yours, of ours, is to be a secure
Person.
have a secure attachment style. Because it's
Is knowing yourself, loving yourself, controlling your emotions, thinking logically, and like being an adult.
Yeah.
Basically.
So are you telling me a lot of people aren't adults?
Some people are just older.
What does that mean?
Meaning age does not determine maturity.
No, but I'm saying we should be striving to be secure.
Definitely, but everybody doesn't strive to be secure.
No, but we should.
Yeah.
So that means you have to, first of all, lose who you think you are.
Oh, of course. And find who you are.
You got to find it. But you got to be willing to trust other people, too. A lot of people don't trust other people.
They don't. A lot of people don't trust other people's opinion of them. Mm-hmm. And
Well,
that's a problem.
And their thing is...
That's a big problem.
I never heard that before.
What you mean?
You heard
Well, you
it
heard
before.
it today. I don't care if you heard it before. You heard it today.
You know what? And that goes back to something you said 3 times on the show. The first time you said
Same
it was
exact number. Huh?
Yeah, because I remember you said it in September. And
wow.
It bothered me then.
I thought this was a good thing, Neek.
No, I mean, it bothered me because, not like in a horrible way, but you often say that you don't take advice from people you don't respect.
I don't.
And that can kind of hurt you, because the people you respect are not going to always get a certain type of you to give you feedback on who you are to them.
Well,
They don't get that version of you.
See, but when I say that it's from the people that I respect, it's from the people who I see that in the area in which they're giving me advice, they're living that. I can see that they are tangibly doing what they're giving me advice on.
But I mean,
So,
just
like,
because I'm not living this doesn't mean you're not making me feel a certain way. Like,
I'm not saying that. You know, you're free to give me the advice. I'm not gonna stop you.
I know, but you're not going to listen to it
I'm
either.
I'm not gonna listen. But
Because I could be a mean person and you may be mean to me, and I'm like, yo,
I'm not gonna
son, what's wrong? Why are you being mean to me? You can be like, you mean to everybody else. That's not right.
Well, in a sense of, if we keep it under the scope of taking of receiving advice, I think that it's like getting a job. A person's resume has something to do with what you're taking in from them, and I think I'm not going to listen to. CL made the point. The best advice he ever got was from a crackhead. Said drugs work.
Yeah.
Okay, that's I can take that advice because it's coming from somebody who knows. If I have friends who own businesses, and with me starting a business and trying to maintain a business, I talk to them about business for business advice. I'm not going to go to somebody who does not have a business, who has not started a business, to talk about starting my business, maintaining my business, and stuff like that. So that's what I mean by it depends on the avenue. Now, if you have a successful, what I seen, because some marriages are not successful, but if I'm about to be married, or I am married and I have marital issues, I'm going to go to somebody who is married, rather than somebody who I know is not doing right, not living a particular lifestyle that is conducive to a positive and healthy marriage. So that's what I mean by just me receiving advice. When I make those statements, when I made those statements in the past, it was just about my respect level is dependent on the subject matter. It determines whether I listen to you or not.
Okay,
and you
that makes sense.
And you as a person wouldn't know whether I'm listening to you or not.
Well, is that even? Does that? I don't know if that's right.
What you mean?
No,
what part is not right?
I can honestly say there's been times that I've told you something and you haven't listened, but on the show you've gave Ciela credit.
Jesus Christ! What?
Yeah.
What did I walk into?
I don't know.
No. Like I'm just giving that. I'm not saying you don't respect me.
Oh no,
I'm just
not,
giving that.
Oh Lord!
Where are we going?
No, like we literally talked about this 2 years ago on the
Happy New
show.
Year!
And it's so crazy because 2 years ago, well, was it 2 years? No, it might have been. It's been like probably a year ago.
Somebody's got some pent up anger.
Wow.
I'm just giving an example.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, got you.
No, I'm just giving an example because we often talk about your compassion for women. And on that show that we talked about it on, you was like, you had a hard time giving some type of compassion to certain women. So your respect level, I'm not gonna say it's like low or anything. Like, I'm not gonna say you don't respect me, but sometimes when I do tell you something about certain things, it's like, okay, yeah. But then it's like CL gets all the, all the reward for it. I'm like, hold up, bro. I talked to you about this.
Well, let me say this, Nick, and little, bringing our listeners inside of what we have here.
Yeah, because it's
a little inside. Like, you may say something to me on the show.
No, I said something outside of the show.
No, what I mean, we don't interact as much as me and CL would interact on a daily basis.
True.
So you may say it, and it may I respect. I do respect you, Neat. At the end of the day, we joke and clown, but I respect you a lot. But me and CL talk daily, sometimes for hours on end, and so.
Oh, yeah, talking on the phone like that.
Depending on
because we have a lot of different.
Yeah, he was like the show.
No, I'm just saying sometimes things carry over.
Yeah, because we have a lot of different things that we.
I get it. I understand, especially when y'all are men and.
No,
bros.
It has nothing to do.
It has nothing to do with this.
Bros.
Some things we have in common, and other things we share certain people in our lives.
Yeah.
So
it's just that kind of thing. But it's not has nothing to do with a lack of respect for you.
Okay.
Oh no, I know it doesn't, but it's just
Okay, so I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you think that it's important to know your partner's attachment style? Now that you know,
yes.
Now that you know what attachment styles are, because prior to this episode, we really didn't know. Do you think there's?
I think it's good to have the insight. I don't know if you have to label it, but it's good to have insight and be aware there are different styles. Like some of these things I'm aware of, I didn't know it was called this.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll say that.
So now I can title it.
I got you. That's what you're saying.
We're like, you dismissive avoidance.
Oh, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that to her.
This is real dismissive avoidance.
Yeah. But I'm aware, and maybe you can combat some of the things that are being said.
Okay.
Or if you notice the behavior, you can be more proactive.
Yeah.
If you know a person's jumpy or like this phone thing is an issue, kind of have a process or a plan to say, okay, we need to talk about this. This is what I'm willing to do.
Okay.
This is what I can do.
That makes sense.
And put her at ease, because you shouldn't be arguing about returning a phone call or text or
the time in which it takes to do those things.
That's childish.
Yeah, I agree.
That's childish. But I want to go back to something you said earlier about only respecting people. People who have failed a lot have a lot of good information. Even a man who's cheating. And I remember, I think I Love My Wife with Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Him and the white guy were
and
talking.
Kerry Washington.
Yeah. And the white actor told him, I'm a dog. Like, I cheat. This is what I do. You not built for this. You can't cheat.
This ain't you. This ain't the lifestyle.
I am terrible. You're a good person. Don't cheat. So that person's giving sound advice, even though he's doing the complete opposite. He's like, I hate my wife. Like, I don't like her. I just married her. So sometimes you can get good advice by having those conversations with people. Yeah, you don't necessarily have to respect people to get good advice.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Because you could have been a millionaire and made $1 million, and now you're a bum on the street. And I can't take away the $1 million you made. You did make it, you just couldn't keep it. So I was good at making the money, but not managing the money. And a lot of people are good at getting in relationships, but not being able to manage the relationship. They have no problem in attracting women or men.
They just don't know how to.
But that month to month maintenance and week to week and day to day,
it's tough.
Yes, after them first 60, they out. They're like, man.
And I'm glad you explained it.
You're not perfect.
I'm glad you explained it, because that's what I wanted him to see.
Okay.
Like, I was trying to get out, but he was like, no, hold up. No, that's not how it is.
Yeah, you can learn anything from anybody, though.
Yeah, I strongly feel like that. Okay, so we took a test.
Yeah, we all took the test, and listeners, you can find the link to the test to figure out your own attachment style will be in our description below, just in the show notes.
Maybe put it in the Facebook link.
And we're gonna put it in a Facebook link. We're gonna make a Facebook post and figure out what your attachment style is. So, good people.
Get the drum roll.
We'll start with Neek, and then we'll go CL, and then to myself.
Okay. we
What
can start with
what
me.
is your attachment style, Nick?
I am secure.
You're secure.
Yeah. First of all, I was shocked too. That was my highest percentage, and that's what the email said. I have a secure style, but I can see it because I don't have any problem with having a conversation. I don't have a problem with rejection. I don't have a problem receiving information, especially like if somebody tells me I'm doing something wrong. Okay, all right. Well, I can't get better if I don't listen. I don't have no problem expressing my emotions, as y'all can see. If something is bothering me, I'm going to say it. So yeah, I can see it.
Well, I don't think people. It's more about when you say it, not if you say it. And does it come from anger or malice when you do say it? Because it's completely different talking about a situation when it happens and there's no emotion attached to it. I don't need you to walk away and go get worked up for 48 hours and then come back to me and expect to have a rational conversation.
Yeah.
Like, you on a warpath now. And I'm like, okay, well, what can I do?
Yeah.
Now I got to try and match your energy, and I'm not even mad.
Yeah. See, I try.
Okay.
I do try not to, like you said, I try to take my feelings out of things and try to think logically, like, okay, not going to scream, not going to holler, not going to, I'm upset about this, but I can't get any information hollering and screaming at you.
Okay.
So I try to approach things respectfully so that way I can receive respect back. Maybe I can get more information on why an individual did what they did.
All right.
The growth of Neek.
Yes.
Yeah,
Brother C, the results are in.
I am.
Drum roll, please.
I am negative. I don't have COVID. I am 22% dismissive, avoidance, and 78% secure.
Oh.
Yeah, and I am 0 fearful, and preoccupied 0. So I guess it's okay.
Yeah, that's good because I don't know if I got all those percentages.
Yeah, I got
like that.
I had 0, 0, 22, and 78. But maybe y'all came back different because I went off the test, not the email.
No, it came up at the top. It came up at the.
Okay. I just didn't see that part. Okay.
No, in the email, it didn't come up in the email.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't come up in the email.
It came up on the top of the app, the percentages.
Okay.
Yeah, my lowest percentage was like 8% of fearful, avoidance, and anxious, preoccupied. But my highest was 54% secured and 31% dismissive avoidance.
Okay.
Now, dismissive avoidance, I do see, definitely. Yeah, that I see. Okay. I definitely see.
All right, well, mine was about, it came up secure in the email. Percentage-wise, it was like 45% secure. It was like 22% something else, 10% something else. Mm-hmm. I was all over the spectrum, but I was 45% secure. So it ain't 71% as my good brother CL, but I am 78. I'm sorry, sir. It's only 45.
Yes,
but it was the most, and I just what I realized is I fit in a little bit of me fits in every one of these categories.
Yeah.
Looking this up, I could really apply, like really see all of this in my life in different places. Work, friendships, relationships.
And that's what it said. It said it's an encompassing of all of your relationships, not just romantic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes when we think about this stuff, we put it we conceptualize it into romantic. When I think some of the topics, a good bit of the topics that we talk about on our show is life stuff.
But isn't that your strongest relationship, a romantic one? Is that the one you give the most?
I think that's the one you give the most energy to.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe romantic and then family and
it's more choice.
Platonic.
Because we didn't have a choice in who our parents are or kids are.
Yeah, you kind of choose your friends and choose your relationship. You choose who you be in a relationship with. Yes. So that's the thing. So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Significant other. How do you kind of ease them into this test? Do you make them take the test? You just hey,
make it fun. Like, hey, I love this test. Take this test with me. Let's see what your attachment style is.
I say if you're a guy, don't do it at all. That's what I say.
It's gonna start a whole conversation. So you dismissive?
Well,
I do see that.
some people don't know how to take tests for themselves, and they take it to compare, or try to pick you apart. And I think it's just weird when guys look in the magazine and get quizzes, and it's like a girl thing.
People still going to magazines and take quizzes.
Well, magazines are online. It's all the same. Facebook quiz. Like, I'm like, I'm good.
I'm not doing none of this.
No, I'm good. I'm good. You're perfect. You're perfect.
You are perfect.
Yes, it ain't me. As long as it ain't me, it can be whoever you want it to be. Your mama, you right. I never liked her.
Oh my God.
I never liked her. Now that you said it, you don't like her either? Okay.
I'm with you.
Yes.
Oh wow. That is just wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up.
Yes.
Wow. I
mean,
sometimes y'all shock me.
I don't think we do anything shocking. We just
Wow. I miss Professor T.
daily miss today.
All right, well, thank you all for listening to the show. It's your girl, Neat Cruz.
CL Butler.
And your boy, Yusef. And we are out.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Relationship Status. Remember, you can catch us on relationshipstatuspodcast.com, iTunes, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, Nobody Grinds Like Us, and anywhere you listen to your favorite podcasts. If you would like to join the conversation or leave us a Dear Neek, email us at relstatpodcast@gmail.com or call us at 843-310-8637. Follow us on Facebook at Relationship Status Podcast, on Instagram and Twitter at RELSTAT Podcast. And don't forget to comment, share, 5-star rate, subscribe, and review.